5 YouTubers who are arrested on camera. YouTube has excelled since it initially started in 2005, turning into one of the pump platforms of the up-and-coming era of the superstars. We figured it out and discovered YouTube's 20 greatest autonomous stars, taking into the account of what number of supporters everyone has. We just centered on autonomous YouTube stars, ignoring YouTube channels like Standard Music Specialists and Vivo accounts. Number 1. YouTube pranksters troll station imprisoned over fake burglaries and kidnapping. Individuals from the YouTube prankster brunch troll station have been imprisoned over fake burglaries and kidnapping. A gathering of men who arranged a fake burglary at the National Portrait Gallery and Tate Gallery have been component to elaborate a YouTube prank have been imprisoned. Emotional CCTV footage discharged today demonstrates individual from the general society escaping in fear from the National Portrait Gallery. Not so long after 3:30 p.m. on July 5th of 2015, when 5 men bust into their countenance secured and started yelling and shouting.
Hey, come, let's go, get a painting! Everyone's going, hey, where's the painting though? Have you got the painting?
The men then swung to leave the display with a surrounded work of art, giving the impression of a burglary. No burglary had, however, occurred. The men had entered the exhibition with the work of art props to show what they were made of. They continued to do likewise at the Tate Gallery later that evening. 4 of the 5 men were captured upon the arrival of the occurrence for the open request offenses that confessed to the offense under the Section 4 Public Order Act of 1986. To be specific, bringing about the trepidation and incitement of viciousness. They were imprisoned May 16th, Monday, at the City of London. Number 2. YouTuber Sam Pepper slammed for kidnapping and murder prank. YouTube star Sam Pepper has experienced harsh criticism for a grabbing and murder prank that he pulled for his most recent video. The social star pranked Vine stars Sam and Colby by abducting them and putting them on a show to kill Colby, who was in on the whole entire thing. A bag was set over Sam's head while outside of a slowed-down auto, and afterwards he was tossed into a storage compartment and conveyed onto a housetop where he was strapped to in a seat. At that point, when his blindfold was removed, the killer shot Colby in the head while Sam was compelled to watch in his hysterics. Footage demonstrates Goldblock, who is likewise an online networking star, separating in the wake of viewing Colby's Brock being shot in the head by a man wearing dark. It comes after Pepper, a previous Big Brother competitor, confronted of unseemly sexual content to squeezing ladies' behinds in a viral video that was discharged in 2014. The new 5-minute video class begins with Brock, 18, and Goldblock's auto seeming to separate as if they were going into an en route to meeting with Pepper. As Brock, who was in on the prank, takes a gander at the motor, a hooded figure comes up behind Goldblock before putting a sack over his head. Goldblock, who can be heard shouting, is then tied up with veiling tape and then put into the boot of an auto in the imagine of being kidnapped. The clasp closes with Brock getting off the floor and discovering that it was only a prank, despite the fact that Goldblock seems to stay troubled as he covers his face with his hands and rehashes. "I thought you really kicked the bucket." Pepper presented a connection on his video on Twitter on Sunday alongside of the inscription of, "This one is crazy." The footage, which has been seen on YouTube almost 200,000 times, has subsequent to be censored by many individuals. Number 3. YouTuber taken into custody after climbing the Hollywood sign. YouTube prankster Vitality was captured on Wednesday subsequent to climbing the Hollywood sign in what has been accepted to a detailed prank for an up-and-coming motion picture. Holding a sign that read, "I'm back." The Russian convinced adrenaline junkie remained on the D of the celebrated international Hollywood sign for 60 minutes, wearing a cover and taking video selfies. The prank rapidly got the consideration of nearby TV stations, for example, KTLA, who initially reported the man's character. The Los Angeles Police Department later landed on the scene and effectively persuaded him down after he climbed the 2 signs. Vitality's prank film Natural Born Pranksters was gained a year ago by Lionsgate for VOD discharge. This was not really the first occasion when somebody had attempted to climb the Hollywood sign and gotten caught. Be that as of May. Rose Watson, Public Information Officer of LA's Department of Recreation and Parks, told Mashable that it was the first occasion that she's witnessed as of late. Vitality's capture is the most recent case of a YouTube prank that has lawful repercussions. Simply a week ago, individuals from a well-known YouTube prank account called Troll Station were sentenced to prison time in the wake of circling London's National Portrait Gallery shouting, "Get out the artworks."
No, it's this way, fam. Hey, this way, the paintings.
As a component of a workmanship expedition heist prank. Among his most popular clasp, a stifler of him sprucing up like a zombie and threatening clueless folks in Miami, and also a prank in which he puts a folder case on the ground in Boca Raton and tells a person on foot that they have 60 seconds before it blasts. Number 4. YouTube star Steven Fernandez captured after purportedly sexually abusing a 12-year-old young lady. A 15-year-old YouTube star was captured by Los Angeles Police Department authorities towards the end of last month on suspicion of sexually abusing an underage lady. Police said skateboarder and online networking star Steven Fernandez, who has assumed more than 700,000 supporters on his channel since joining the stage in 2012, professedly guaranteed a 12-year-old young lady that he would acquaint her with big names and let her show up on non-existent MTV shows that would return for sexual acts. Both Fernandez and his 22-year-old director Jose Perez were captured on November 17th. Another skateboarder, 27-year-old Keyline Dad, along these lines turned himself in on December 3rd. Police told Mashable an agent for Fernandez did not quickly answer to ask for input. Our casualty in a split second knew who Steven was, and in actuality for a time frame. She didn't understand she was being exploited in the light of the fact that he guaranteed her a wide range of things. Detective Nanette Tubesby told Mashable in a telephone meeting, when she got to be frightened and anxious, he would say things as, "I do not offer this to simply anyone." Tubesby said the casualty was on Ventura Boulevard on November 12th, when she was requested that by Fernandez to enter his auto, which was being driven by Jose, the other member. Police suspect that Fernandez, Jose, and Dad frequently drove around the West San Fernando Valley, Hollywood and Compton territories hoping to request young ladies with comparable guarantees of notoriety. Number 5. Spanish police capture YouTuber blamed for making videos demonstrating to get weapons through terminal security. Police in Spain have captured a man blamed for utilizing YouTube to demonstrate to make weapons that can go undetected through the airplane terminal scanners. Criminologists say that an expensive part of the whole material was put out in Arabic. Few banned weapons, explosive forerunners, and even a homemade projectile that he was seen to emit a strike at his home in Marmelo, which was in the territory of Jaén in southern Spain. The man, who was not named authoritatively by the police but rather has now been remained in prison. A police representative said a portion of the weapons were particularly composed so they couldn't be identified on an airline terminal scanners or any other security frameworks. An expansive part of the material was disanimated by this man on the internet was in Arabic, and even one of the videos featured a man of the North African birthplace. Officers have relocated a few banned weapons, explosive cannons, and records which have been incorporated with nitty-gritty data about the efforts to establish safety on the outskirts of isolating Spain from Morocco. Spanish press said the craftsman's child has a YouTube channel which distributed several videos since its creation of April of 2010. One demonstrates to fans best practices to make a swimming pool, and another how to manufacture a homemade vibrator called the Vaginator. Another demonstrating to make a deadly bow and bolt, which is titled in The Walking Dead. This video has been seen more than 700,000 times. Police are comprehended to have begun exploring the suspect after an unknown tip-off. He was hung on Tuesday in the place where he grew up, which had a population of 7,000 people. Nearby reporters said that he's been captured in July 2013 on suspicion of illicit ownership of weapons. It is not known whether the confinement brought about the court case and conviction. After the capture, the suspect allegedly puts notices on his videos which said, "The weapons charged as guns never contain genuine ammo, or nor that they would be able to be really utilized."